Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Ravi Thapa Programming. So in this session, I'm going to explain the thread group. So this is a bit a bigger concept because it's very difficult to give you the complete context of how thread groups works and how we could utilize in our real life scenarios. But I will try to add some examples. So what happens is, like, for example, because right now what we are doing is like we are just creating one or two thread, but in a real scenarios, right? When you are working with the servers and there are like multiple requests comes and there could be like different resources. It's not like that you are going to have only few threads. Remember this thing, right? And server is not like the your PC or your laptop. It's completely different with the different capacity. So let's assume there is one server, right? And it has some application, let's say, and it is running on it. And let's say there is one thread for some specific task. Let's say this is for inserting the record, and it could create max uh, let's say 5 thread, because I don't want to exhaust the capacity of my server. I need to always take care of it. Obviously it runs much faster, but it also depends like how many requests or how many re- threads per request you are going to create. So let's say per request you could create 5 in case, right? Let's say there is a REST API. For now, if you are new to the Java or the REST API, just don't care. Just think like there is a new processing is coming from the from some other sources. So let's say there is a REST API, or whatever you do in your internet. For example, you go to some website and you register yourself. You could assume like that, how that registration process at the back end. So REST API for, let's say, registration. And let's say there is like uh, per minute there are like at peak like 5, oh sorry, 100 registrations. So in this case, like how it is going to manage. So what we could do is like we could create each record or the each registration as a new thread group. So in case particular thread group is still working, and let's say new registration, first registration came, it created 5 threads for inserting. Let's say another came at this after a few seconds or milliseconds. Now it is not completed yet. Let's assume it is not completed yet. So what I could do is like I could create another thread group. In this way I could separate, like, okay, the first registration for the thread group is for the thread group 1, second registration is for the thread group 2. So in this way I could differentiate the different threads, because once it is created it is very difficult to manage like which thread for what purpose. So that's why we could use thread group for that. So so the same thing, I'm going to just add one example. So let's say there is a class uh, user thread extends thread class. uh, I need to create the constructor user thread. Let's pass something here. So I'm passing the thread name, string thread name, comma also the thread group, right? And what I'm doing is like I'm passing this to the super. So I will pass thread group comma thread name, and what I'm saying is like once it is passed to the super, start this thread, or let's leave it here only. So I will create one main class, public class user thread group public static void main. Here. So what I could do is like in this case I could create object of that particular thread group. So I will do like thread group thread group equal to, let's say, group 1 equal to new thread group, let's say pass the thread group, so it is thread group 1, and I will create the object of user thread user thread equal to new user thread. Right here I have to pass the name, that is the thread name, let's say first user comma, and I need to pass the thread group. See, username and a thread name and the thread group. Let me copy it. Then here what I will do is like I will start this thread. So I will start user thread dot start. Right. So let me save this. This is user thread group dot java. cmd cd java programming thread group java c user thread group dot java. So there is one error, thread group cannot find symbol. Okay, I need to import it as well. So if you can see this thread group is from the java.lang.class, I mean the thread group. So I have to import it. So other ways, like I could simply specify the fully qualified class name. We say it fully qualified class name. Both are fine. But right now I'm not importing it. I mean, I'm not using the import given. I'm just using the fully qualified class name. So here I need to override, or I could simply uh, create the run method. Public void run method. So here I'm saying system.out.println user thread. We save this and compile it. It's saying hello user thread. Let me print some other things that is from this method. So we could check like how many active thread groups is there. So for that, system.out.println user thread dot active count. So there are two threads. So let me create another one. Thread 2. Let's say 2, and I'm passing same. Compiling it. It is saying 3. There are 3 threads. One is the user thread, another is the user 2, and the thread group itself is a one thread. So another method that I could use is like the list. So if you go here, you could print the active count, you could check the access, you could destroy it, you could get the name, parent name, you could make it the daemon, you could interrupt it. So there are various. So print information will give you the complete details of the thread group. So let me do that. So I will do it like thread group one dot list. See, there are two. First is and the second. So this is how you could print the details. So other useful method is like, I mean, you could make it stop, suspend. All these methods are there to perform. So you can try one by one, but I will give you probably a good example with the database or something else once we will reach there. So thank you very much. This is the end of this topic. For more videos like this, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. I will see you in the next video with another interesting topic. Thank you for watching my videos.